Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. I had an early start, so I'm already quite warm and my face is already red, so sorry about that. But for the rest of the day, I'm going to focus on planting up these dahlias that are already pre-sprouting, a few that I didn't get to pre-sprout yet, and then others that are in gallon-sized containers on the side of the house. So they're going to go into the second planter bed there that we moved from the center of the yard over to the side of the yard. I did pull some of the soil from our grass soil delivery that was up front, a big pile just in our driveway. So I took a couple of wagonfuls just to fill the raised bed halfway. And then I made a trip to Lowe's to grab some raised bed soil mix bags because the delivery that we got was more, I want to say more mold sheets. It just looked like it had much dirt at all. So I wanted to ensure that there was some good moisture retention soil. So those two bags are going to help with that. Here we have the best sprout I see so far. So I'm not going to prick this one yet or pinch this one yet until it gets a little more height on it. But let's go walk over to the side of the house and start working on these dahlias. So here is the second raised planter bed that I have for starting our summer plants now. The one behind me, or the one in front of this one, is the spring plants, and they're pretty much struggling right now. It has to be because of it's getting hotter already, and these are more cool weather plants, but I digress. This one is filled halfway with a load of gardening soil that we got. It did look like it was more of these woody bark pieces, more like a mulch or something you would put on top as a ground cover versus what you'd actually try to grow in. So I only filled it up halfway just to fill up the space, and then the other half I have this raised garden bed mixed bags to ensure the moisture level is staying there. Mixed soil, so I'm going to just keep this in here, add the dahlia pre-sprouts that I have here in this gallon and then in that tray as well on top, and then when they're all good in their places, I'm going to use the bag of garden raised mix on top just to ensure that soil moisture is there for retention. Additionally, I have these Echinacea and I want to say Rudbeckia seed starts. There's two varieties here, I just forget the name. So somewhere in this planter bed, I'm going to place these as well. Oh, and I also added the biotone starter already, and then just gonna zhuzh it into the soil really like this. So this helps with root development, which is what we want these plants to start doing. Being bare root and being just tubers, they need to really cement themselves into this planter bed because they do get so tall. We want them to be sturdy, so the biotone helps with root development as opposed to plant tone helps with foliage and floral development once they're already good and established. So we're going to go ahead and start with planting these just into the base of here, and then once they're all in their spot, I'll go in with the bag of raised bed mix just to place on top to ensure that good moisture. So really good root development already showing, and this is just a couple of weeks. So it can be raised like that because, again, I'm going to go in with the bag of soil mixture on top and fill in any empty areas. Once these get 18 inches or like 12 inches, you could say, you can go ahead and pinch back the stalks here because that'll help promote extra branching. And extra branching means more flowers. So outside of putting this mulch that I got delivered, I also put in some random flowers that I have pulled out from the garden over the winter. And that'll just be providing extra green nutrients as they break down in this planter bed. For the dahlias I got from Swan Island, I tried to keep the label near it, so I'm going to try to do that as I place them in here as well. So this is the bride-to-be. I want to say there's 7 varieties. Because this is so shallow, the roots went sideways, but you have to tug a little bit to get them out. So bride-to-be, go here. Really excited to see these dahlias. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I've only had 1 dahlia before, so now really this whole planter bed hopefully will be full for this season. So next is, no, I don't want to do yellowbird. Let's do polka dot. So it's kind of big. I need to break this up. We'll do polka dot here up front. I have to sift around to find it. Maybe it's this one. No, this is fuzzy. So we'll do fuzzy wuzzy because it came out first. Okay. Maybe this one, if it's the right one. Vixen. There are 2 stuck together. But Vixen is this one. Really good root growth. I'll just stick this spike up, and then when I fill in with the planter bed mix, it might get buried a little, but it'll help encourage new growth. Then we have .com. So a bunch of random soil that I put in here. Okay, so .com is here. And I need to remember that I'm going to be putting soil mix over, so not to bury these too deep. Next, let's try yellowbird. This one is beautiful, doesn't have much growth. Another fuzzy wuzzy. There might not be enough room for these. So next is Fluffles. And last we have is Lights Out. Oh, here's one more, sort of starting its growth. Probably pop that up into a planter to get more growth. So these 3 are showing not good viability or just taking a bit longer. Now I have one more spot for here. I see the stem here, but I'm not sure if there's new growth. Oh, I see some roots. So that's gonna go there and hopefully sprout as well. So there we have it here, this planter bed where you see all dirt and the little white labels. That's where our dahlias are going to be. It pretty much filled most of the area. There were 3 tubers from, let me grab them real quick, from Swan Island that didn't show much growth. So we'll see if I can pot these up, maybe individually to get more attention to them, and then see if they can still be viable. And that's all for today's video. I went ahead and gave the top of the soil another sprinkling of the biotone starter fertilizer, and then there was not enough room for these, and then these Echinacea and then Rudbeckia. I'm gonna leave them here out for a little bit until the other planter bed gets freed up. I think I'm gonna remove the cosmos and then some of the poppies and plant these in there as well. So I sprinkled some biotone starter fertilizer on there too to encourage some root development while it's sitting here and waiting for a spot in that planter bed. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys have a great day. In our next video, I'm going to hopefully plant up some petunias, sunflowers, and salvia in our front area, sort of where our just empty lot is in there, right where the road starts. I'm going to plant a nice long swoop of plants there.